This is 2 Minutes Together, a ministry of Central Lutheran Church, Eugene, Oregon. I'm Pastor Ben. This week, in our Old Testament lesson, we have the very end of the book of Jonah. And most of you know the book of Jonah and the famous story, which is the first part, about Jonah being swallowed by the great fish. But the end of the book of Jonah is really what the book is more about, which is when Jonah originally goes to Nineveh, a city in Assyria, the enemies of Israel, to tell them a message of doom. God will destroy them. But the people of Nineveh repent, and it turns out God relents from said punishment, and then Jonah gets mad. Jonah doesn't want God to be doing this for Nineveh. He wants God to be punishing them. They are enemies after all. But I think there's also something else about this that's a possible way of thinking about it. Why is Jonah so upset? See, because Jonah from Israel is someone who has a particular way of relating to God. And there are requirements and expectations for relating to God. Nineveh has had no relationship with God at all, or so Jonah thought. And then they simply repent, and then God relents. And there might be something going on here that I'd like to reflect on. That is to say, well, Israel couldn't just repent like that. Israel has been working so hard to fulfill these expectations. What is this business about you going and just relenting punishment on Nineveh? How about us? What about us? And what we start to get possibly is a feeling of fairness. A feeling that I thought you were our God, you related to us in a way, the same way you related to everyone. Because see, in the book of Jonah, there's no suggestion that these people in Nineveh are going to have the same kind of relationship with God that the people at Israel did. It seems as if God has a different relationship with them, and that thereby leading Jonah to wonder, well, do you just act differently at different times and we don't have anything to say about it? Where's the fairness in that? And I don't know if you can feel that question in some of your own lives, that place of where's the fairness in all of this? And of course, the challenge that we face as humans who ask that question is, of course, we're dealing with a discourse of grace. That God's grace is situational and it is actionable wherever you are. And that does mean it's going to look different in different times. And we understand Jonah not liking it, but I think those in Nineveh really did. At another time, Israel might have an experience that Nineveh wouldn't. And again, in different. It's a situational grace given to us. It's one grace given by God. And we think of as Christians, fulfilled in the cross, grace in our lives. But it applies so differently in different situations. It's a God who is for you where you are at this time. This is 2 Minutes Together. I'm Pastor Ben.